Hey everyone, it's Matt here with a update on the mobile app I've been building for fun on the side in the month of September for Revenue Cat's Ship a Ton Hackathon. I'm making significant progress and wanted to show off exactly how I've built it. I have the basic end-to-end workflow working as well, running on my iPhone, which is really exciting. But let's take a look. This is actually running on my iPhone right now. I have the ability to scan a menu or upload previous picture of a menu that I've taken. I'm going to skip that processing step for speed. The real fun part comes here when we can go into the list of menus that I've scanned. It's sort of like a history view, but if I tap into my menu there, this is a real menu that I got to try this past weekend at a new restaurant. So really exciting that I got to try the app out and use it. Really have two different views, the menu view of the complete menu and then the individual ingredients here. Basically, the premise is to identify uncommon ingredients in the menu. And so here I have each item listed across all the different sections or categories of the menu. And for each item, I have the uncommon ingredients explained. So you can see Middle Eastern spice here. That was very good. Portuguese piri piri. That is a spicy sauce made from chili peppers. So really just a fun way to understand exactly what each of these things have. And even as a foodie, like look at this leeks one here, this sauce. I never would know what grabiche, see, I'm probably saying it wrong. I never would know what that actually is, but my kind of idea here is it might steer you one way or the other to choosing that dish or not. So yeah, really happy with that and the direction this is taking. And then the other tab view is the full list of uncommon ingredients. So if you wanted to kind of look at them on an entire menu view, you can see the types of things that the AI identified there. So kind of a nice little view. Let's take a look at how I actually implemented this. Over here I have ABBYY Vantage, which is our intelligent document platform that we offer. Incredibly powerful workflow designer that we're showing here. This is creating a process skill, which is basically the entire process of taking that image as input here and then processing it with ABBYY and with OpenAI to get the extracted uncommon ingredients and Gen AI kind of step. So first off, we extract all the text from the menu using ABBYY. And I do that instead of using other AI solutions because I want to avoid hallucinations, which is critical here because I don't want to add menu items that don't exist or get the ingredients wrong and process that. That would completely destroy the value of the app here. One of our benefits with ABBYY is basically our machine learning and other AI strategies that we've incorporated for decades. We can extract that text reliably and be able to pass that on over to OpenAI for some, in this case, the identifying of the uncommon ingredients, which is really cool. That extraction steps happens next. And then the custom activity is where I had to write some custom code to do this. Let's kind of take a look at what that looks like in Cursor. First of all, pretty straightforward. I'm obtaining the document text. So this is the OCR happens automatically from Vantage, and I'm able to pass that along, manipulate it, whatever. In this case, what I'm doing, if we go down a little bit, is enhancing the menu. So I'm passing in that raw menu text that ABBYY gave us that we know is not hallucinated and it'll be cleaned up. And let's see, avoiding any issues with extraction like low lighting. That's kind of where we excel. Deskewing, all these kind of things. And then I'm using a call to OpenAI. Basically, here's my prompt to update any spelling errors and things like that and identify and analyze the menu items for uncommon ingredients. I also defined a JSON schema because I'm essentially using this whole end-to-end workflow as an API because my mobile app is calling into ABBYY Vantage and an API call and then processing it and returning the results so that I can display them in that menu view that you saw. It's incredibly fast, even using one of the smaller based models, and pretty straightforward, just calls that API and parses that choices into data. And then going back to my workflow, it's really interesting because I'm using ABBYY and Vantage here in a different way that customers use is I have on the extract step, a document skill that's custom for this. And all it is, I'm not actually using any of the menu data here. What I've done is set up essentially a placeholder table to store all the menu items. And so you'll recognize section, which could be appetizers, main plates, desserts, and then each menu item will get filled in here along with the uncommon ingredients from OpenAI, like that interpretation. So back in my code, when I get that result from OpenAI and it's that nicely processed JSON, I'm going to put it into this table, and then my app can also parse that after the API call. So when we look back up at that, I'm setting up the menu items table, basically very straightforward, looping through the enhanced menu data that I got. And from that document, I'm setting all the field data. So basically adding new rows for each item, saying, find the section name, set the name of the item, description, the uncommon ingredient list, and things like that. And then it'll get populated in here for my app to parse out and use. And so the output here is basically just for the Vantage REST API, what I'm calling. And that's the end result you see that I, again, parse into here on the menu items here along with uncommon ingredients. So yeah, pretty straightforward to build and really fun. I have a lot of polish to do, adding accounts, adding lots of different details, but that's the whole workflow end to end.